Alright, so today we are going to attempt to get to the bottom of why this bug keeps happening in my 88 assembler written in C. And we're, as you know before, we're writing an assembler in C, an 8080 assembler. It's been a bit, much life stuff has been happening. So unfortunately, I haven't been able to get back into the set on programming this, but now I have, and yeah, it's unfortunate because I keep trying to run this thing, and where we left off is sometimes the app code is written to the comp file, sometimes it's not. Every time there's like a leading 0 in the beginning of the comp file. I'm not sure what that's about, but we're going to try to figure this out. We're going to go step by step with what the program in D does and what my program in C does. And we're going to compare and contrast and see what's going on. Now, what's important to know is I have a global for, where is it? I should have a global for pass. If not, if I don't have a global for pass, which I don't seem to have a global for pass, whoops, we will take it into consideration. So let's see. So you can't see, but I have a monitor upgrade. So I now actually have 2 monitors. So that's I have the original D code up here and my Google up top. So let's see. We're going to go down to the main. Here we go. Here, we're gonna, there we go. That's better. Yeah, that is better. Let's see. Cool. We're good. Okay, so their first main is make sure the user provides only one input file. Usage A80 file ASM, create an array of lines from the input file, name the output file the same as the input but with a comma ending, and then do the work, the assemble lines. Okay, let's see this. So D has a wonderful string operation. Absolutely wonderful string operation stuff built in. So, I can't really use that, unfortunately. There we go. That's more like it. Anyway, so what is stab? Yes, symtab is the size of the file allocation table. Oh, it's not the file allocation, geez. It's not the allocation, it's file allocation. It is the size of the symbol table. Usage 80 and file ASM, source file. Then I have all the stuff. fseek, rewind. I think this is all fine. fread parse into, so then it parses it into the buffer right here. Basically, I turn the 1D buffer into a 2D buffer, just so it's easier to do. Okay, so here we go. Up here I have lines, output file is in the assemble. This is lines, output file. I'm also passing lines num because I can't do size of lines. I could do, but why bother? Then I have free to close everything, fclose to push everything to the file, And we're good. Okay, now let's go up to assemble. Assemble. Let's go all the way up to assemble. And remember parse, how that was giving us grief before? I think parse works fine. I'm just going to run through parse after assemble just to make sure. Assemble, right here, try above main. Up here it says pass equals 1. I have pass equals 1, int pass, int line num. Okay. I have pass equals 1 in the D, line number equals 0, line number less than lines dot length, lines number plus plus. That's pretty much what this is. Then I have parse, lines, line number, and process. And in fact, I have the same exact thing, pass equals 2. Okay, that's correct. And I'm passing the pass for each one. And then file write. Add file. Let's check file write just to make sure. Is file write a function, or is that just a... So if I look for file write, it should just, here we go, fwrite output size of byte. How many bytes? That should be fine. Basically, output's going to be the array, the giant, this is horrible, but basically the bin file is in memory. It's like, it's in memory, and it's like up to 32K long, which I'm not, hopefully the final version doesn't do this. So this assembler works on Windows, which I'm assuming you have more than 64 kilobytes of RAM. But if I wanted to have this assembler work in the 8080 in CP/M, I would need to massively restructure this thing. I would need to open the file, write the file, open the file, write the file every time to maintain a much smaller footprint. But we're not dealing with that right now. So write file seems to be okay. I'm looking for where it was. Assemble. Okay, so assemble seems to be fine. Assemble seems to be fine. Now, let's do parse. And I think parse is also fine. Sorry? I think parse is also fine. So what parse does is it basically just parse out each line and then pass. So let me look, parse. Hang on. Hang on. So I'm reading their parse. I'm reading my parse sees as pass equals 1. And a pass equals 2. But I don't see anything here caring up here if it is pass equals 1 or 2. That's strange. That's very strange. Because it gets parsed twice? Why? This can't be right. supposedly, am I losing my bananas because you parse each one, because parse the first time builds the symbol table, then second time parse builds the opcodes. It builds the opcodes on both sides, but the second time you're actually building the opcodes. That's what's happening. Let's try building it. And then try running it. No up is just one no up. And noopp.com is E. Is there like a hex editor in here? One moment, let me see if I can find a hex editor. Hex editor. Visual Studio Code. Dude, if you guys don't have two monitors, I implore you, please get them. I got this giant 34-inch curved display on like Amazon Day or something a couple weeks ago for like $100. Like game changer, complete game changer. Hex editor extension. Looks about right. How do I... Control Shift Alt H. Control Shift Alt H. Hey, look at that. Look at that, folks. So it now has 1. So now let's do 2. Did I fix it? Did I fix the problem already? Did we... Hang on. Do we... Do we not... Hang on. What is going on? Okay, well, first of all, we can alert. If you just look at what's supposed to be done and then you actually do it, aka don't have pass 1 and pass 2 in the parser, then everything just works. But now what is this? Unknown mnemonic. This is definitely a string that's being overwritten wrong. So we'll work on that, but it's an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's try 5. Why you'd have 5 no ups, I don't even know. Don't even at me, bro. So if you look at this, this is 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'd be curious. Does that work? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that works. Let's try start. And what I'm doing is I'm just formatting this as if I would format it myself. Hit no up. So basically it's saying 1, 2, 3, unknown mnemonic, start. Let's see, where is the unknown mnemonic? Start shouldn't be a mnemonic. What? I am beyond lost because start should not be a mnemonic. Okay, hang on. I am beyond lost. What's going on? Okay, you know what? You know what? We fixed one problem. Now let's move on to the rest. Okay? Let's move on to the rest. So, basically, we're 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I know there's a lot of dead air here, but let's work on the rest. Okay. Basically, parse now works. As far as I can tell, it works. Obviously not completely, because something's going on. You know what? Let's try this. Let's try printing. Let's try printing. And then where I say hit no up. Here, let's do the comment out the else mnemonic, because who cares right now? Okay. Okay, now let's look at this. Interesting. See, my source file has 6 lines, including the nothing at the top. is going on? Line number equals current line parsed. Okay. Add logic to skip blank lines. This is worrisome to me. This is very worrisome to me. Because why? Okay, let's go through it. Let's go through it. Current line parsed equals 1. Let's try. Let's try that. I don't know how to start it at 1. I think because what I wanted was I erroneously wanted instead of current line parsed being 0, starting at 1, current actually what should be the case. Let's here. Actually, this makes more sense. Line 2, line 2. Now, current line parsed is not used in output, is it? No. It's just a pure tracker for me. Okay. So, line 2 has the label start. Okay. Opcode no op. Line number 3 is opcode no op. Line number 4 is opcode no op. Line number 5 has opcode no op. Line number 6 has opcode no op. Now this is where it gets all screwy wooey. On the second path, start becomes. And you know why? You want to know why? It's because of string token. It's because of motherfucking string token. Excuse my French. Excuse my fucking French. Retard alert. Retard alert. Because what's happening is string token is writing into the array and it gets parsed again with all those stupid new line, all those end of line characters. That's what's been happening this entire time. So what I need to do is I need to go through parsing and I need to rewrite my parsing. I need to rewrite parsing using string pointer. I need to just rewrite it using string pointer. Because what happens is string stir doesn't screw up the buffer. It just returns a pointer to where that token is found. And then it's up to you to figure out what to do with it. So if I add a comment in here, comment shows up. But because it's string is being used, then I have a new line character. I have an end of line character here instead of the token. So it just sees this one word start, which it assumes is a no-op because nothing else is on the line. I can't believe I was so stupid. It's these. This is why people hate C. C is garbage. But it's so amazing because no other language will let you do this and get away with it. Because D is wonderful because it's like you have the nice little syntax stuff like C, but you have the grander scope things that C++ has, and then it has the much better string handling characteristics of like Python or something. People debatably say Python doesn't have any good string handling characteristics, but like C is great because it lets you get away with so much, but C is also bad because it lets you get away with so much. Because I have to sit down and think exactly like the computer to try to debug this. Let me pull up the main page. Sure, man. By the way, if you're ever wondering what I'm listening to right now, I'm listening to Clifford Brown and Max Roach, A Study in Brown. I heard this once in music theory class in college. We went in early that day. I went in early. It was like an 8 a.m. class, and this is like in a building that's completely separate from everything else in the rest of the campus, and it's a pain to like get up at like 6 or something for a college student. Might as well, be crucified. And I remember strolling in bleary-eyed, and this was playing softly on the, professor's SoundCloud or Spotify or something. And it's stuck with me since. I like it. Let me go grab some water real quick. I'll be back. water's great. The problem is you have to pee after you drink water, and it's just a vicious cycle, and it's such a pain. Anyway, I have to rewrite parser. I have to rewrite my goddamn parser to not use string to token. Start talk s. Safe my ass. It is not safe. It is destructive. Literally by design, it is destructive. But I think we can do it. I think together we can get through it. So let's start by trying to parse the second argument. It's just everywhere. So basically what I had before is I have string copy. I have the what's pointed to at the pointer, copy it directly into whatever thing I'm trying to do, and then do a trim white space, and then reset the pointer back to 0, back to null. So let's try that. So I'm going to do a block comment. So I'm going to stir copy parsed line dot A2 and then parsed line dot stir string pointer. But see, if I did that, then the comma would be commented onto it. So let's see how to increment the pointer's address. Pointer moves to the next position as if it were an array. The value pointed is incremented. The value pointed is incremented. The value pointed is incremented. I love this guy. This guy just has like every mix and match. Oh my god. Parentheses, geez, it's late. Parentheses, pluses, and asterisks, and he has a description of every single thing. The person's a little bit more complicated what he wrote, but don't worry about that. So what I have is right, essentially. I love it. So basically, I skip over that. Then I can do a trim white space, and then I can reset to 0, and I don't need no temp1 no more, do I? Hang on. Okay, I have to be a little bit more creative here because basically what's happening is I'm thinking, what if I were to copy the problem is I need to kind of destructively break down. Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. Let's go to the parser. Fix up label. Split up from label. First argument. Split A2. So I might have to think about this in the morning, but basically the D program relies on previous splits. Split A2 is split from COM. Split op is split from split A1. Split op, split A1 is from split A2. So what if this is fine? What if I don't do, I think this is why I didn't immediately rewrite everything using string. What if the parser isn't terrible? It's just my execution of it is god awful. So what if instead I have a temp line and then temp line screw it, let me just do that just so I don't have to. Let's go down here. One. That's a byte. Okay. Then set 0 max len line. Cool. Built Okay, so then basically what's going to happen is each time I'm going to copy line to string line to temp line each time at the beginning. Stir copy destination and then basically I'm just going to rename everything temp line in here. So the temp one should all still work. Okay. Choose another music here. Okay. Let's try running it, folks. I can't guarantee anything, but let's try running it. I need to reset this. You know what? You know what? Before we even go on. Before we even go on. Try that. And then let's try this commented out because YOLO baby. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's looking good, folks. That's looking good. Now let's look at here. Let's uncomment this just to see. And no op can be fixed. No ops can be fixed. Pass act. Let's also write this down. So arg1 pass number, arg2 size of instruction, arg3 so machine code array of opcode. And that's important because labels and jumps and things and immediates will be a little different. Well, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let's have just 3 folks. Let's try doing this again. 1, 2, 3. Let's try doing I'm still running into this error. What is going on? What the hell is going on? Literally, what the fuck is going on? Okay, let's try this again. We've solved a lot of problems together so far. This is the problem right here. But I don't know what that is. I have no clue. Basically, there's a new line is not a new line. I keep saying new line. End of line is not being written correctly somewhere. I am very proud of my C-style string stuff here. Anyway. We're just doing this, folks. Okay, let's take a look. Well, this didn't work out. Okay. So it's the last one. Let's try this. Now I have a so if I have a if I have a white space in front of the opcode, it's fine. Let's try that. What is this? What is this? What is going on, folks? How does... So it doesn't retroactively, but if I have a label on the last line, it screws up the first. Something is screwy. Something is indeed screwy. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at. It's in the parser. It's in the parser, folks. Alright, look at the string token man again. Breaks a string into a sequence of 0 or non-empty tokens. The first call is string tag. The string to be parsed should be specified in string. Each subsequent call should parse the same string. That should parse the same string. String must be null. The delim argument says that it's set up by so delimiter call may specify different strings in delim successive calls that parse the same string. Each call to string trait returns a pointer to a null terminated string containing the next token. Each call to string token returns a pointer to a null terminated string containing the next token. This string does not include the delimiting byte if no more tokens are found. String token returns null. It maintains a pointer that determines the point from which to start searching for the next token. The first call to string sets this pointer to point to the first byte of the string. These functions modify their first argument. Okay. What is that bite? That bite's like nonsense, isn't it? Okay, let's look at where the label's done. Nope, that's still. It modifies the first. So this gets destroyed. Aha. Didn't I say, like, I needed to copy it over? I don't even know. Well, it's passed by reference, so it probably does destroy things. It's probably, like, not a terrible idea that I did copy it over. It's this. It destroys temp1. Because temp1 is used next. I'll just copy. You know what? I'll just copy it over because. This is the problem area. I'll have to sleep on it, folks. Like, I'll have to sleep on this, unfortunately. But I know where the problem is, and I'll try to get this fixed off camera because it's just really holding back the project. with that, guys, I will bid you good night, and I will try to work on the soft camera again. See ya.